What's up, Alex? What's going on, Alex? What's going on, Farrell? How y'all doing? What's going on, you guys? So listen, I wanted to just stop in here really quickly to see what y'all was doing because I was kind of bored. So I'm just stopping in. It's an impromptu live stream, y'all. I don't really have an intro or any of that. I just wanted to stop in to see who pop up. How y'all doing? What's going on? Pharaoh, Lord have mercy. Pharaoh, what's going on, Pharaoh? Pharaoh, he says, I'm more interested in Mike Tyson's return Friday than the heifers not spreading STDs. Child, listen, I'm interested in that fight too. I can't wait to see myself. But I just wanted to pop up in here to see what's going on, how y'all doing, see if anybody pop up. And I just wanted to briefly address the title because I was just sitting here thinking, and I get to thinking and I just started thinking about stuff. And then I was just thinking about that. And I was watching some videos. And then I was just like, my concern was, and y'all are already aware. As you come in, y'all, this is quick impromptu. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. I just wanted to stop by for a second to say hi and then address the topic at hand because I was thinking about it. And I said, let me pop on here and see who's gonna pop up and and see what y'all was doing. Cause it's not that late actually. I was bored as hell. So I'm like, let me pop up here and see who will pop in the building. Thank you, Farrell. I appreciate you. But I was thinking because y'all was telling me about excuse me, y'all. I have a cold. Child, let me drink my water real quick. So y'all was telling me about these women who are not talking about they're not gonna sleep with men for 4 years while Donald Trump is in office. And it just got me to thinking, and I'm just like, okay, this is the 4B movement all over again because now they're talking about that, which I got a video coming out about that too. But I wanted to just briefly talk about that real quick. The 4B movement basically is where women are abstaining from sex and they're staying away from men and all this. And it got me to thinking, and I'm just like, because they talked about this. Y'all remember, if y'all remember, I was talking about the 4B movement myself, and I did videos on it when they was talking about it. It's been a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, right? And so here they are again, talking about the 4B movement and how they want to just close their legs to men and they don't want to deal with men any kind of way and all this kind of things. So it got me to thinking, like, what are the real live 304's gonna do? Are the sex workers going for this? This is why I call BS on the 4B movement. These women talking about they staying away from men and we're not gonna do nothing with y'all. I don't believe it because listen, the sex workers are not gonna stop working, are they? Are they gonna join together and get, and they all like in solidarity and just really stay away from men? No, they don't have the what's that word y'all like to use? They don't have the what is it? Damn it. What is it? Well, you gotta hold yourself together. What is it? Oh my God. I can't think. It's just I just was sitting here thinking about this because I was recording some videos and I went to thinking about this. I said, let me pop on here to see what they doing, if anybody pop in and show up or whatever. And so they were talking about they don't have the damn it, what is it? Will you have the, what is the word I'm looking for, y'all? You got to be able to control yourself. And we say men need to have more control. What's the other word for control? Pharaoh says we need more of your lives. I'm trying to give y'all more, Pharaoh. I really am, child. But you need to have more what's the word, y'all? Not but abstinence too, but the word where you, not tenacity, but where you preserve. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Isaiah Jr. Thank you, Complex Design. I couldn't. Thank you. What's going on, Complex? I just wanted to pop in here, y'all. I am not gonna be long. Trust me. Thank y'all. Discipline. I can't think. Like, this is not my. I just was sitting here and I was recording. And I said, let me pop up. Right. I'll do that from time to time. But I don't think they have the discipline. That's the word I was looking for. Discipline, such a simple word. Discipline to be able to do it. And then there's this video of this of several women talking, which I already recorded the video, so I'm not going to play it here, but it's going to be in a video coming up, so make sure you guys watch that. Of these women, these women coming against it actually, and talking about how they think it's stupid, which I think is stupid too, because it's not based in anything real, in my opinion. You're not really trying to abstain for the right reasons. You're just doing it because you're in your feelings again, and it's one of those moments where you have these feelings and these thoughts and these emotions, and you just act upon them, which is what a lot of women tend to do, including myself, just not on crazy things like that. But what I'm saying is, I was just sitting here and I'm like, well, are the sex workers gonna, join in on the 4B movement and stop their work, to stay away from it? Excuse me, y'all. Are they gonna do it? Because I don't know if, that's the problem. I don't think all of the women are on board for doing this. There's a few, in my opinion, who decided that, you know what, I'm tired of this ish, and you know what, I'm just gonna close my legs to these men right now because I'm in my feelings and I'm mad. And it's never something that lasts for a long time. It's always a temporary fix, because you don't have the discipline to be able to do that. Because if you did, we wouldn't see all of this, the crazy stuff that we're seeing now with women out here who are so promiscuous in the name of empowerment and all of these things. We would be seeing a totally different outcome. We wouldn't be seeing it deteriorate the way it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I was just thinking about that, and I just wanted to share. But I don't think they have the discipline to do it. And it's not the majority of women who are doing it. It's like you have to come up with something to sound important and to make it seem like you have something really going on, because there's nothing else, and this was a good time, I guess, an opportunity for women to start talking about the 4B movement again. Oh, because Donald Trump is president. Oh my God. On one hand, you got women spazzing out and crying, talking about, oh, we're going to go back to the Handmaid's Tale, which I was watching those videos as well. And then, literally crying, literally act like they're scared. And then you got the other women saying, let's do the 4B movement. Let's not give these men our bodies all willy-nilly all of a sudden now to show Donald Trump and to show who else you show? Oh, to show those men, what point are you trying to prove? Like, you done already given it up so much. It's like, it doesn't mean anything now. It's like, and then, everybody knows that you're not serious. You're not really serious about it. It's just a temporary thing until you get in the mood, which will probably be in a couple of days. And then you're back at it, back on the horse, riding it and not thinking, anything about a 4B movement. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of how women think sometimes, scatterbrain. You make irrational decisions off of a feeling and jump and do something and then regret it. And then you go back and forth and you're confused and then you're depressed and then you're trying to blame somebody. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing with women, So it's just, big, it's a big pretty. She says, I don't know if that's a woman or not. God forgive me, Lord forgive me, please. I ain't trying to, I don't know. But it's discretion, that too. Discretion, discipline, a lot of things, that needs to go into play. And it's just, once again, I was watching a video too while I was recording of women, attractive women, talking about how men are not approaching them. And of course, I've talked about that too, how men are not approaching them. And she's trying to convince herself that it's because they're intimidated by her, basically. The fact that she's so beautiful, they're intimidated by her. So that's probably why they're not approaching. And my thing is this, I don't, and I will say this, I think that there may be some men somewhere, because, I think all of this stuff exists. 2, 3, 4 things could be true at the same time. So I do think that there are men there. I hate to use the word intimidated, because I think modern women have overused that word, and they think men are just intimidated by them just on general purposes, and that doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't think that men are just walking around intimidated by women, but there might be a man somewhere who might not feel as comfortable going up to a woman, or just, don't know how to approach women. I'm pretty sure there are men, awkward young men or whoever, who may not be comfortable or know how to approach a woman. I'm pretty sure that exists. I mean, come on, let's be real. But for the most part, I don't think most men are intimidated by women. There's nothing to be intimidated by, I don't think. And so I don't like to use that word, but I think there might be some men who may be, apprehensive or don't know how to approach women. Yeah, that could be a thing, or just awkward or whatever. But I wouldn't call it intimidation. I said all that and I forgot what I was about to say. What was I about to say? Y'all know what I was talking about? Oh, and I don't think it's the fact that the men are intimidated by attractive women. I just think that in this climate of, from what I'm not out there, but what I see and what everybody is saying, it's just the men just don't want to approach. They don't want to approach. It's not that they're intimidated. They just don't want to approach because they've gotten so much information from social media about how women think about men and how they talk about them. And so it will make anybody, because I guarantee you, if this was flipped around, if it was men who were just out here saying, oh, these women are just fat, oh my God, they're just dusty and they bottom of the, all of that. I don't think women, I think women would feel the same way. I think women would understand, listen, this is what they're saying about us. So hell no, I don't want to be bothered, or anything. So I think that's why. I think that's why. I don't think it's about intimidation. I just think it's about, we don't want to deal with y'all. Hell, we don't care how cute you look. We don't care what you got going on over there, baby. We're not even taking our chances. We gonna live our lives, and we ain't got time to be fooling with you, because we don't want to deal with your nasty attitudes, or your whatever you got going on, because most of y'all are superficial, unrealistic. You want somebody to spend money on you. So we're not trying to do that. And I don't think every man who doesn't want to spend a whole lot of money on a woman is broke. I think he's probably the opposite, because he's not going out here tricking. You're not, you ain't just tricking to any woman that looks that comes your way, or that you see, trying to impress her and do all these things, and she's not really worth much to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's, so yeah. But baby, I was just wondering, the 4B movement, these women really think they be doing something, saying, oh, we're not gonna have sex for 4 years. Y'all really believe that? Do you really think these women have the discipline to do that for as long as Donald Trump is in office? I think that's dumb as hell. But while I think the 4B movement is dumb, I do think maybe they could learn something from it. Maybe they could use that as the opportunity to decide to have some discipline. I said it before. Maybe they could use that to reflect on your life and the choices that you made and the CCs that you rode, and Pookie, Ray Ray, and Thompson, and Ray Ray, and Craig, them who you just let run through you. You know what I'm just saying? Maybe you could sit down, take this opportunity, think about your choices, and make better decisions. Now, if it makes you do that, then I guess that would be okay. I'm just saying, it'll maybe it'll work out. Maybe it might work to their advantage not in the way that they think. But maybe in a different way. And so Lorenzo Redmond says, what's the Handmaid's Tale? You never seen the movie? I mean, is it a movie? Is it the show or whatever, the Handmaid's Tale, where basically the women don't have any rights, and they take them back to a more traditional lifestyle where they put some women as oh my god, I can't explain it, but it takes them back to a time where women basically they didn't really have any rights, and they were, they were put in traditional roles where if you had a regular job working, that job was taken away and you were placed in a home and given assigned a role to portray. If somebody can explain it a little bit better, definitely do that, because I don't think I'm explaining it well, but it's where they didn't really have control. And some women who were of, I guess, childbearing ages were I guess what they call them, the handmaids, I think, where they would have babies. They would be the ones to bear the children. And so there were wives who, some of them weren't able to have children, so they would put the handmaids in that position to have the babies for the wives. So they would have the baby and then hand it over to the women who couldn't bear children or whatever. And then there were some called the Marthas. So those were the ones who were like, handle the cooking and things of that nature, and the cleaning in the house. So they would, so they all had different roles, and all of the men were, out handling all the business side of things, and the women were relegated to the house and having the babies and things of that nature. And they didn't really have any control over, anything outside of that. So that's what a lot of these women are complaining about and crying about, saying, oh, Donald Trump is going to take us back to the Handmaid's Tale. Farrell says, a Latina Jill Scott wanted to give me her. Farrell, you could have kept that to yourself. Really? Why you call her Jill Scott? She look like Jill Scott? Oh Lord. Oh my God. This is I am just intimidated by a stank cat. Lord. Women make so many excuses for why men are not talking to them. They do, Chad. They definitely do. Because you know why? And I'll say this too. And I know I'm rambling, y'all. I'm gonna be off of here. I just wanted to stop by and say hey and get my little. I felt like talking a little bit, but I'm about to get off here. But I think it's because they are confused and in denial. A lot of women have been I don't know. I don't know if I would call it brainwashed. That's for the lack of a better term, I guess, or convinced or coerced or brainwashed or something. They've been indoctrinated into this mindset of women are the prize and they deserve everything. And I think that if you have a woman that has the qualities that you want in a woman, if she has all the qualities that you want in a woman, and a wife and a mother and all of those things, then I guess you would look at her as the prize. I mean, if you have a woman who has all of the qualities that you want in a woman, ideal qualities, and she has those and she's willing to give them to you, then I guess men would look at that particular woman as a prize because she brings the things to the table that he's interested in. If he's attracted to her, he actually, if he's with her and he loves her and she's a great mother, she's a great wife, she's a great person, she has all of the qualities that he wants in a person, and then y'all reproduce together and you create other little ones, like the two of you, then I could see that man saying that his wife is the prize. And how, because usually when you have a woman and also a man of that type of quality, you usually find marriages and relationships where they respect and love each other and cherish each other. And it shows because they respect and love that person for who they are and value them. So that person is of value to you. and y'all are of value to each other. So it would make sense if you said, I've heard men say, hey, my wife is everything. And I've heard wives say the same thing, and she wouldn't leave him for nothing in the world, that she loves and cherishes that man. Or I've heard women say great things about their wives too. But see, that's when you have that type of relationship, when it's not based off of superficial ideals or, BS. It's actually love there. And it's a genuine love that you have for one another. And, y'all actually like really doing marriage and a relationship together. But I just think that the way people talk about um what am I saying? What am I talking about? I don't forgot. Lord, I hope I don't lose my memory, because I'd be forgetting real quick. Um the way people talk about relationships today is not about love and commitment and growing together and learning together, things of that nature. That sounds corny to them. This sounds corny to them. They all about money. Give me the money. You a man. You supposed to make the money. Give me the money. And I'm the woman and I'm just supposed to take the money. That's how they talk about relationships. Give you the man, you protect, you provide. I'm the woman. I got a vagina. I'm the prize. So you do everything, all the protecting, all the providing, everything you can do for me, because I'm the prize and you lucky to be with me. So, and I'm going to use this to my advantage because I'm the woman and I got the vagina. It's so much emphasis on your genitalia and all of this being sex that they really think that that's they thought that was the only thing that mattered. Because men seem to want, really like and really want that, and they could provide it. So it's almost like they're holding this thing over their head, like, oh, I want what I got, what you want, and I've heard this, growing up, the whole the I guess is a statement, use what you got to get what you want. I don't know if y'all have ever heard that, but I've heard that growing up. Use what you got to get what you want. And at first I didn't understand what it meant until I got older and I realized, oh, so that's what you telling me. Use my body to get what I want. I've heard women say, because as long as you have a vagina, you shouldn't starve. You should have your bills paid. You should have everything you want having a vagina. So they've been using that as like a bargaining tool, a way to survive, a way to live, use your body to get what you want. But then they turn around and say, don't objectify me. When they became woke society, where now, oh, men are just trying to objectify us, but you've been objectifying your body for the longest. You've been using your bodies to get what you want. And a lot of women are still doing that to this day. They're still out here believing that the way to get any and everything that they want is through their vagina and their bodies and their all of that. And then when men are walking away and saying, nah, we don't want that. We don't want that. You done been ran through. That's why they don't like body count. Because a body count, a lot of men are repulsed by a high body count. And they're like, why? This is what y'all want. You shouldn't care about that, because why? Because they've been using that thing for the longest, getting by. And now that they're hearing men, and then wonder why a man would sleep with them and then just don't even want to deal with him no more. Because he get that because he want to get that feeling. And then after that, he's repulsed by her. They don't understand that. Because he's not there because he genuinely wants you. He just want to get his rocks off or whatever. And she does too. And then after that, he's on to the next, or keeping it moving. He don't want to spend no time with you. He's not there to be with you. He don't want to be in a relationship with you, and they don't understand it. That's because they don't think like men. They think they know men, but they don't. They think men think like them, and they don't. And so, it's just one of those things. They don't be thinking a lot of times. Women just talk the talk. They just be talking to sound important, but they don't really be understanding, and they don't ask either. You just assume stuff and go with it, and then they all assume it together, and you see a bunch of women together in that which I'll call echo chamber, of women just repeating the same old bunch of BS. It don't it don't even be true. It don't be based in truth or facts. It's just their feelings. And this is why sometimes I agree when they say, sometimes women just need to be quiet. And I'm very opinionated when it comes to it when I'm talking to my husband and in my household. I'm not, I try to be open minded to other people, especially on these platforms, because I'm open to other people's perspectives. But when I'm talking, when I'm like in my home, like I am now, talking with my husband or who in my family or whatever, I am very opinionated. I have feelings and all of that too. But I understand what it is. I think like I said before, I think it's a part of our nature, but I know how to reel it in. I know how to not put that and push that on other people outside of outside of my comfort zone. Like with my husband and my family, we talk about all kind of stuff, and I'm comfortable and free to talk how I want to talk. And he because he knows me and he understands me. He knows me for real, for real. So that's my comfort zone. But when I'm talking to people outside of that, I understand. Listen, you cannot, go with your feelings all the time. You can't go because that's not based in facts. You can't make points based off of your feelings, and because those are temporary. My feelings change all the time, so I can't make assumptions or judgments off of that because that's not based in facts. That's not reality. It's just what I feel, and in my opinion. Thank you, Irvin. I appreciate you for the super chat. Says just wanted to say hi. Join late. That's all right. I just popped on here late. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Irvin. But I think a lot of women out here are. I think they're really thinking about what's happening. I think they're really trying. I think some of them are analyzing the situation, and that's why they do these kind of what they think is introspective lives or little posts where they're sitting around trying to figure out why the men aren't approaching them, even though they're telling themselves that they're attractive. I know I'm a beautiful woman. Why aren't the men coming after me in droves? Well, thank your hyena counterparts. Thank the other women who are out here saying y'all they don't need. You letting them speak for you. They're saying y'all don't need a man. You don't need them. You don't need them. You don't want them. And if you come in their life, or you're gonna have to add something to their lives, you're gonna have to bring something, and you're gonna have to spend money, and you're gonna have to do all this off the rip. So thank them for putting the message out there, because a lot of these men are just not that and from what y'all say and what I hear from others, basically saying there's not much out there that they have to choose from in the first place. Like these, it's all the same. So this is why I say too, for that lady that I'm gonna be talking about that in a video because I recorded it. She needs to distinguish herself from the rest. I think this is why I think women need to start approaching men and letting them know what you about, because otherwise they're gonna just assume that you're all in the same boat as all of the other modern women. If you're not a modern woman and you have traditional values, or you have something that you think you can bring to the table that would differ from what's out here now, you have to be the one to approach and make yourself known, because these men are not doing it. If they're not approaching you, we're not in traditional times anymore. This is modern society. So you got to move like a modern woman in a way where you can't, because I come from that time too, where I'm like, yeah, if you're interested, you got to approach me. I'm not approaching you. But at the same time, I didn't really fully do that though. I actually, I was, so I guess maybe I was a little bit of a modern woman in a sense. Cause I mean, I actually approached too, and so I just think if you see something that you might like as a woman, why I don't see nothing wrong with you saying hello, hi, my name is, or whatever, starting a conversation. I don't think anything is wrong with that, because if the men aren't doing it, it's not, I don't think it's all that they're intimidated or any of that. I just think that they are kind of like doing their own thing for the most part. Because women said, don't approach and don't do this and don't do this. And now that they're listening to what they said, a lot of the women asking, why aren't you doing it? Like you have amnesia. I'll never understand that. I would never, Pharaoh says she was chubby and fine. Oh my God. So yeah, True Sigma says women outnumber men, so them being the prize is a joke. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I get it. But unfortunately, a lot of the women out there don't get it. Because they hate to, they can't fathom the idea that they're not the prize. They just want to believe that. So this is why they're crashing out, because Donald Trump won the election. Because they really, for that woman to be president, it would have made them feel like they were the prizes even more. For her to win this election, it would boost their morale. It would boost them. It was only going to be temporary, though. It wasn't going to be it's a short-term fix. But it would have in a short term made them feel special, made them feel like, you know what, we really do got it going on. We got a woman in the White House, even though she's already in the White House as we speak, she's the vice president. They know she need to have the highest position so we can feel empowered, so we can feel like we're something. And when she lost, this is why they crashing out crying. I don't understand it, baby. I was just shocked and appalled. I'm like looking around, what in the hell are these grown women sitting around crying and boohoo crying, upset, snotting, real like just bitter and I don't know, angry and depressed that lady did not win the election. I don't understand it. I don't understand. I don't get it for the life of me. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. It does not compute. Why are y'all as grown women sitting out here crying because that lady did not become the president? What did y'all feel like y'all was going to gain or lose? What it seems like it messed with them on a much larger scale. Men weren't sitting around crying like that. Even if they voted for her, they weren't crying and depressed over it. Like I've these women, and it's scary because I'm like, girl, wow, y'all are worse off than I thought. I don't care. I mean, I was never gonna be sitting down crying like that because Kamala Harris lost the election, the race. D, you should watch Beyond Scared Straight year 1999. Have you seen Beyond Scared Straight? I have. I have seen it. Yes, I've seen it. Why do these women always chase after the attention of men? First, they quit being conservative because men gave preference to the easy ones who did not hold sex till months into their relationship. Why do these women always chase after the attention of men? Look, women love attention. Women love attention. They do. And they'll get it at any cost. This is why they love to go on social media, and especially Instagram, and go in there and post provocative pictures and then have men in their DMs because it makes them feel worthy. It makes them feel special. Just like when they don't get the attention, they start to feel down and they feel lost and they feel depressed. I told you a lot of things with women is all about a feeling, and I think if I could give a bit of advice, if the women watching would listen, just a bit of advice. You don't have to take it. You can't take it or leave it. You got to learn how to reel in those feelings. If we gonna have them, I have them. I'm a woman. I have them, but you got to learn when to reel that in. Learn how to not let your emotions and your feelings take over. I'll say that. Because they're there and it's okay to have them in certain situations or certain circumstances, but you can't allow your emotions and your feelings to take over logical reasoning. You got to understand that. And I think with my husband, I think this is why it's important to have a husband or if you ain't into marriage, but you got a stable, committed relationship with a man and a woman, and he's solid and you solid, you learn a bit of that from him. I know I did. I learned a little bit of it. Like I said, I'm always a work in progress. I don't know everything. I still got to learn stuff. As long as I'm living, I'm still going to learn things. I don't shut myself off to learning. I still got to learn stuff. I'm not perfect. And I think everybody should think that way. I don't think you should ever get to a place to where you think you got it made in the shade and nobody can ever correct you or you don't ever do anything wrong. That's I think that that's a mistake for people to make. This is why I don't understand entitled women or entitled people in general. Like just entitled, uh, you and thinking you're the prize. I just don't think that that is necessary, and it's not. To me, it's not. You don't put yourself in a position to grow, and I think as long as you're living, you can always learn something, and you can always grow. You can always do better. I don't think that. I don't think because you get to a certain age or to a certain financial status or to a what I'm looking for. You getting to a educational status that you all of a sudden now you're just perfect and you have no flaws and you just got everything together and you got you're just a perfect. Nah, I don't believe that. And why would you want to be in a position like that? To where you're so perfect, you think you know everything, and nobody knows it all. But there's a certain mentality that or mindset that comes with that, where you think you're, better than the next. I said it the other day. I don't really care for people who think that they're better than others. Now, I think that, if you've worked hard in your life and you've accomplished things, I think you should be proud of your accomplishments and you should hold your head high and don't let anybody tell you that you're less than or try to diminish what you've accomplished. I don't think people should do that either. But at the same time, I think it's all about relationships and how you treat people. That's it. That's it. I think people make it more difficult than it has to be. It's about relationships, establishing relationships with people, healthy, good relationships with boundaries where y'all respect each other and you have a cohesive relationship with people, uh, and with family and in your personal life as well. And I think a lot of people don't have that. So when it comes to relationships, they don't know how to establish that either. And usually I find that women who don't have stable relationships when it, personal relationships, their relationships with other people is always rocky. They always have issues, there's always a problem, there's always drama because they don't know how to be in a relationship with anybody. You know? So, I just think we can always learn something. It doesn't have to be, ooh, my leg. It doesn't always have to be toxic. It doesn't have to always be complicated. If you're open to the truth and you're open to establishing something with somebody and being, just being truthful and being honest, being open, being realistic, not delusional, and just being a good person. I think being a good person can take you far. It doesn't always have to be a situation where, you know, somebody is taking advantage. You got to be smart too. You ain't got to, I ain't saying you got to be stupid. Have some sense in your head to understand what's going on, but also be mindful of how you treat people too. So all of that ties into my views about relationships and the things that I talk about and being unrealistic and entitlement and all of that stuff. It's just a bunch of stuff that shouldn't be happening, but because it is happening, it makes it um understandable why a lot of these women are in the positions that they're in and why they probably won't ever get what it is they feel or believe that they deserve because it's probably something that is unrealistic and on the lines of a fairy tale, and we know fairy tales aren't real. So it's just the nature, and I think because we have so many of these so-called educated women, they don't move and act as if they're educated. They really speak and move in a way that will portray them in a way that is not educated. Like you don't know what you're doing. Lorenzo says, "DeeDee, but why don't women talk to their men respect? Because they don't respect them. If somebody don't respect you, they're gonna talk to you crazy. If they don't have no respect for you, they're gonna talk to you stupid. They're gonna talk to you. They're gonna come out there because that isn't they don't have. That's the whole point. They don't have any respect for you. So if they don't have any respect for you, they're gonna just talk to you because they can. They're gonna talk to you crazy because they can. They're gonna do it and because you allow it too. But the fact that they will come at you like that says everything that you need to know. If she don't have no respect for you and you tolerate that, then you gotta hold some accountability for that too. If a woman is just totally disrespecting you and coming left side and you just stand there and you ain't gonna say nothing, you're not gonna let her know, you're not gonna put any parameters on that and let her know, hold on. You and I think and I said this a while back too, a lot of men have let that slide. You see it and you let it slide because you want the relationship. And when you let it slide, you're sending a signal to that woman that she can keep doing it. This is why these men who and listen, I don't condone violence. I don't condone abuse or anything. But when you have these men who are way like aggressive and really, just stern and don't allow no foolishness, you'll see those women be either scared of them, but they're scared of them, but at the same time, they don't disrespect them. And I don't advocate for that because I just think that just creates an even more toxic woman. And if you want a woman, you want to have a relationship with a woman, you don't want your woman afraid of you. You don't want her to clam up and be afraid and just act like a robot and not be herself. That is not cool. But those women respect those men. They don't play around with them. They do what they want them to do, and they have them in check. That's when you have it in check because those men don't play games, and then those women know it. But when women, I say if you give a woman an inch, she'll take a mile. And especially if she don't respect you and she don't really care about you, she gonna take that far. So that's a red flag for you to know. Look, if she off the bat, you meet somebody and she talk to you crazy, that automatically you get the hell away from her. So it's a level of disrespect that they don't care about talking to you crazy because they don't care. And listen, there are some women, and I will say this too, because guess what? I'm not all the way over here. I'm not all over there. I'm kind of in the middle. Like, you might have a woman, and this is how you know the difference. You might have a woman who's, she's a good woman, but she, might have a slick mouth. I'm just saying. Maybe that's how she was raised. Her mom was like that, whatever. I don't know. But she also has some type of empathy. She also can realize when she's being slick and she can apologize. You'll have somebody who kind of, because of her upbringing or whatever the situation might be, but she can acknowledge, what, my bad, I'm wrong. I know I got a slick mouth, but I apologize. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. Now that I think you can work with, because she recognizes her flaws. She recognizes that she got issues. Because once again, you're not gonna find somebody who don't have no issues. Somebody gonna have some kind of issues. I don't care whether it's toe jam or she's combative. It could be the simplest of things. To her toes might look black, or hell, she might I don't know. She might it could be something simple. She have crooked teeth or something. If her teeth are crooked, but she's a good woman. Otherwise, all other areas check. But she might have crooked teeth. She might be missing teeth. I don't know. You can get that fixed. But other than that, she's a good woman. Or she might be, like I say, have a little attitude problem, but she'll come and fix you a plate of food and rub your back, or and do things for you. So everybody gonna have something. You're not gonna just no, but it's got to be something. But even with that something, when you are with somebody and you care for them and all of that, that something is not going to be a big deal, because once you know them and you've accepted them for who they are, and they accept, it's not a big deal. If she got, crooked toes, or, or you probably don't even care. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't even get to know each other long enough to get past those little small differences. Everybody's superficial up front. Ooh, you better have the right outfit on. You better have the right pants, Because if you don't, child, it's a wrap. I ain't even giving you the time of day. Like, oh no, your haircut. If your haircut is not like I like, your beard don't connect. If your toes don't look like I need them to look, or I want them to look, I mean, that's superficial. But if that's what you're looking for, then and there are superficial men and women. We watch the pop the balloon. We see the men, they won't, them shoes ain't right, that outfit ain't right. You got to remember those things you can change. We watch the black wife effect all the time, where they with these non black men and they switch their whole gear up. I mean, they be looking, how they look plain. And then next thing you know, they got swag. They dressing like they got swag and like they had it the whole time. But she done help them out. She done fixed them up because that's easy. That should be easy to do. Versus, a person, if you have somebody who has the qualities, the good person, good morals, values, they have all the things you want. They don't dress too good, or they don't look too good aesthetically. You could fix that. That's why I don't think that's really that important. You know, what you got on is not that important to me. I mean, what does it say? I mean, we know there are rich people who dress poorly. There are rich people who don't, wear name brands. They wear regular little slip-on slide shoes and a t-shirt and it's clothes and go about their day. But they millionaires and billionaires. They don't care. Some people don't care about that kind of stuff. But is that a deal breaker? That's why I say with women, I mean, what's most important? Is it that she looks so great? I mean, I understand there has to be an attraction level because, but if it's a lot of things are just going to keep people single because there's a lot, especially nowadays, that people are focused on that don't really matter, in my opinion. Let's see. Diego says, women don't outnumber men. They only outnumber men that they really, really want. What happens to having sex after marriage? Child, that's a lost art for these modern women. They doing that. And then that's why I'm saying this 4B movement thing is just stupid. That's why I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what not, that ain't gonna work. Um, I think the question is why these simps stay there and deal with them. Well, and yeah, and once again, I think men want to keep a relationship. They want to have a companionship, so they'll deal with more from a woman, especially if they like her and they're attracted to her. Modern women independent. I don't need no man. Right. Women today are bipolar. Child, today they've been bipolar. I don't need a man yet, want the man to pay for everything and demanding chivalry after women deleted it. Right. Uh Sad to say the majority of modern women are not raised to be wives. They would rather be baby mama, wedlock culture, and can't make this up, in the words of Kevin Samuels. Still mad about a relationship for 10 years ago. Wow. Mind control, get out of your own way, ladies. Child. He says, nope, not intimidated. We are annoyed. Yeah, my mother told me when she was young, you will get shame if you have a baby out of wedlock. Oh, that ain't no shame today. Ain't no shame today whatsoever. Kamala don't care about the sisterhood. She hates black women as much as black men. Wow. Wow. Demons got you mad as if you love deleting God's children, and why? Yeah, and that's funny too because I was talking about that too. How a lot of the campaign was her campaign was ran on deleting babies, and that's what these women are crying to me. Oh, we're gonna lose our rights and all that. No rights to delete your child. That's all you care about. Like you care about doing that. It was just that's funny to me. But of course I don't. I'm not into deleting children. So that's why I think the way I think, and I just think if it's a medical situation where a life could be lost and things of that nature, I understand that. That's just what has to be done, medical, in a medical way. But just going out here just being reckless and then getting rid of the evidence and not realize this is a real life. This is considered, murder. It's crazy that they don't see it that way. They do it like it's nothing. And a lot of these women are using that as birth control. But child, it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't understand, DeeDee. They would have a baby by a dude, but not marry him. Where's the common sense in that? Yeah, because the dudes that they end up having babies with probably wouldn't marry them either. The dudes that they make the babies with ain't trying to get married. None of them are trying to get married. They just out there having a good time. That lady said, look, I ain't worrying about nothing else. I'm just trying to get to the D. So you get to the D and then you get to the baby. That man didn't want you. He didn't want you. He didn't want the baby. He just wanted that to get his rocks off, and that's it. And then they sit around and they keep allowing that as if they don't have a choice. You choose to let that man skeet up in you and get you pregnant, and then you crying, oh, he's a deadbeat. He's not taking care of his child. You as if you couldn't, as if you didn't have no control in that situation. It's like you do the dirt and hide your hand and blame the man. When both of y'all was reckless and nobody told you to open and knock you up, and now you complaining because he don't have nothing to do with you or that kid, because he never wanted you in the first place, and you probably never really wanted him, or did you? Because once again, women do things out of the emotions and feelings. So you out here just doing whatever you can do, and then don't want to, and then want to cry when the responsibility kicks in, or when you have to be responsible for the choices you made. It's just crazy to me. It's just crazy. And they uphold this and they go around and act like these women don't have no choice in the world. That some man just ran up on them and took them and gave them a baby. Mia's Bells, thank you for the super chat. Says DeeDee, do you think Biden will hand the presidency over to Miss Imhoff before he leaves the office? I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think he's gonna do it, because quiet as it's kept, I think that Biden set all this up. I think, because I watched a few podcasts or shows about this where they were saying pretty much they believe Biden set this all up. Biden, recommended her because he knew she would lose, put her in that position knowing she would lose. This man was out here wearing MAGA hats and everything. And I don't know if you guys saw that video where he had Jill in MAGA red out here like he's supporting Trump. And then if y'all remember, Trump even said, listen, I like Biden better than her. So they actually have a good rapport, and it's almost as if he set her up for this. So I don't think he's going to hand it over to her. I think he's going to finish, whether he's coherent or not, he's going to finish this term out and leave her sitting there. But they're so desperate, seems like, in getting her in there. So, child, you didn't win the election, but baby, if you got a few moments to just be president, we'll take that. Make the hyenas feel special for a few hours, days, or whatever they end up being. And they'll take that. They desperate. They salivate. And I hope he can, so she can still be declared the first. I'm not going to say black, but whatever we know for sure she's Indian, Asian descent, Irish. So she'll be the first, whatever one of those president for a few minutes, Child, that's crazy. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. So I don't think he's going to give it up. I don't think so. I really don't. What happened to shame? Bring it back. They all look and move the same to me. Sure do. I would marry a woman that thinks like DeeDee in a heartbeat. Michael says, facts, DeeDee, you stop learning when you 6 feet. Right. Exactly. The lower your IQ, the higher your ego. Ooh, I think that's a true statement for sure. Yep. Now they got dogs everywhere, 2 to 3 dogs in the house. Oh my God. Who got all them dogs? I love animals, but I don't. And I'm not mad at people who love animals. I think it's good to love animals, but I can't do the dogs, and I can't do dogs in the house. I can't do cats and dogs. I can't do that. I just can't do too much work, in my opinion, Becky played women with feminism and switched up and got their man and had kids with them. Right, exactly. Lorenzo says only Jesus is perfect, child. Only Jesus. DeeDee, you are truly last of a dying breed when it comes to a submissive, feminine, loyalty queen. Child, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. But once again, child, I was a work in progress. I was young when we got married. So child, listen, I was young, raised by a single mother. So just picture that. So I had to learn a few things too. This is why I say, if you have the right mentality, if you want to do better, you will do better. It's all about you wanting to. If you got a bunch of combative people in this, just individuals who are entitled and don't feel or believe that they need to change anything, they're not going to do it. So you got to be self-aware. You got to know that you got issues. This is why I say we all got issues. You got to acknowledge that you have them in order to change that. If you're still in denial about having issues, how are you going to work on it? So this is where a lot of modern women are. They're in denial that they have issues because they felt and believed that all the problems of the men, every relationship they've been in, he was a narcissist, he was this, he was on drugs, he was abusive, he was this, but you kept getting in relationships with all these men who have toxic traits. What does that say about you? Because you have toxic traits too, and you're aligning with all of these characteristics and not even realizing it. But you don't take no accountability for it. You keep blaming all the men, but you're just as bad as they are. That says a lot about who you choose to be with, who you choose to make children with, make babies with, and all. So you're not exempt, is what I'm saying. And a lot of women hate to hear that because they don't want to take accountability. You want to keep blaming somebody else until there's nobody to blame. At the end of the day, when you're sick, look at Vivica Fox, 60-something years old, still talking about I need a man who can take me shopping, who can not be intimidated by who I am and what I am. I'm like, girl, stop. You sound like these young girls. That is not that these men are not. Any man that you meet is not intimidated by you at 60 years old. God damn. He's not. He's not intimidated by you at 60, ma'am. He don't care who you are or any of that. And he don't need to take, if you're so that, look, I'm not taking your work ethic away from you and the things that you've accomplished. But what I'm saying, I think women particularly let that stuff go to their heads. Women who think they're in charge and make money, oh my God, are the worst, have the worst attitudes. You have the worst attitudes because now you feeling yourself and you think you're so great now and you can pay your rent and make some money. Now you just turning your nose up at men and everybody else. That's why I don't like people like that, because I don't think that's how you have to be. I don't buy this notion that, because you gotta work, that you gotta be mean and nasty. Because one thing, if you have a job description and you gotta do your job, you do your job. Doesn't mean you have to be nasty and combative and disrespectful. That don't mean you have to be that way. You could be stern and do your job well, but it doesn't mean that you have to be combative and aggressive and all of that. I don't think, because that's your job. You do your job. When you go home, you're dealing with, you don't do that job. You don't take your work home. You don't take your work home and treat your husband and your children like you talk to the people on your job. Because your job as a wife and as a mother is not the same as your job, at whatever you're doing. If you're a police officer, do you come home and pull out your taser for your kids and stuff like that? Do you rough up your children and your husband? Do you talk to them like you talk to the people on the streets? No. So I don't buy that just because you work and you got a job to do that. That's how you have to behave at home. I think that's just another excuse. So this is what they're saying, but I don't believe it at all. Divine Photo says Jesus himself could be on Pop the Balloon and modern women would find a reason to say he's too good to be true and talk about his sandals and how dusty he is. Baby, they sure would. No lies detected. Divine Photos. They would be like, ooh, that thorny crown is rusty. Maybe you should shine it up, or, ooh, them sandals they too dusty. Ooh, Lord, can you just clean them? and your robe could be a little whiter. Ooh, like you got to do this. Oh no, and I don't like your facial hair. You know what I mean? You need to trim that up. Like they because listen, look. And while this does not apply to every woman out there, let's make that clear. That's a disclaimer I gotta always say, because somebody will always come in, well, all you do is talk about, no, I don't believe that's all women, but a lot of women believe that all men are dusty. And that's why I have to distinguish that difference, because I don't believe that all men are the same, just like I don't believe all men are the same. And so to put every man in a negative category or any category, it's just crazy to me. Thank you, Divine Photos, for the super chat. 87 Steven, I hope I'm saying that right. They want men to act like the TV dads, like the Cosby Show, and leave it to Beaver, but don't want to act like the TV moms, like Miss Claire Huxtable and Miss June Cleaver. Right. You want the traditional man who is a provider and taking care of everything, but they want to be 304's, child. You want to be 304's outside doing your thing, taking these girl trips, while the men at home are responsible, respectable men, loving men, providing all this stuff for you, treating you the best ever, while you run off and do girls trips every weekend and hanging out and not doing any of the stuff that you should be doing as a wife to that type of man. See, that's the problem. They don't want to be traditional women. They really don't. They don't. But they want the man to be traditional. If we in a society where women can work, because the problem was back then, they said the reason they fought for feminism is because women couldn't have bank accounts. Women couldn't work jobs. They couldn't go to school. They couldn't do this and do that. So you fought for equality to be able to do exactly what men could do. Well, if you fought for that and now you have it, why do you still expect men to be traditional men when you fought for equality to be just as equal to a man? So what that means is men don't have to pay for all the meals. Men don't have to court you. Men don't have to pay all the bills anymore, because that doesn't apply in today's society, because y'all fought to be equal. So equality means that you got to pay bills, that you should pay for dates, that you need to do things for the man too, not him just doing everything for you. Because it's not a traditional world where women were the feminine, housewives and, potential housewives, the women who didn't work outside of the home. They worked strictly inside the home, where they were washing clothes, ironing their husband's work shirts, and ironing for the man and cleaning. And the main job was to make sure that the house was together and that the kids were taken care of. That was their role. And his role was to go outside of the home and provide the resources to take care of said home and wife and children. So if we have a society where women are out here working and you fought for that right, and you can work and you can make money, there's no reason why boss chicks should be complaining about a man paying for all the meals and paying all your bills, because it does not equate to modern society. It does not go. And so when you have women out here complaining about, men don't, who sent me, somebody sent me a video earlier today that I'm gonna react to, of what's his name? His baby mama, Omarion's baby mama was complaining on a video about men don't want to, the check coming, men don't want to pay for it. Yeah, because they know y'all make money. They know you can make money. So if you can make money, don't look at me. You a boss chick, you got it. Y'all brag about having it, so you need to pay. That's a part of being equal in society, equal to a man. If a man can make money, he can pay. You can make money, you can pay too. It's like they're ignoring that part. The women couldn't work, right? They say that we're not our grandmothers. We're not just in the house slaving over meals and all that. Well, you don't have to do that, baby. But he ain't got to do it either, because you can go out, you can cook your meals, or you can go and buy your meals. You can go out. They like to eat. They like to eat 3 and 4 entrees. They like to eat. So you like to eat, you can go buy it yourself. I was like, well, I got it because I can pay for my own meal. Like the girl in that video that I posted about the ordering all them damn meals, and that man respectfully left her there because he realized what was going on. But if you could pay for it, why you don't just say, you know what, I got this, I'll pay for it because I got it. Why don't you you know, treat the man, you know. It's a different world, but they want to still hold men to those old traditional values, and they don't qualify for them, those types of men. You really don't. You go out, work, pay your own bills. Ain't nobody got to pay your bills for you. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. So yeah, it's a different world from where we come from. Yeah, it's a different world, and they only want the benefits of it without putting in any work themselves. You know, you want to benefit from these types of men, but you don't want to do anything. They want a life of leisure, a life of leisure. That's what they want. Classy perspective. What's going on, Classy? First, replace Biden for Kamala. Now the Dems want to replace Supreme Court Judge Sonia Sotomayor with Kamala Harris. Shaking my head. I think I heard that too. Lord, yeah. So I mean, man, well, I'm not surprised. Thank you for the super chat, classic perspective. Hey D, you should react and watch Beyond Scared Straight year 1999. Have you seen Beyond Straight? I have seen it, um, but I haven't watched it in a while. These women, these women smell like wig glue. Oh my god! I mean, hell, they talking about they smell like bad with them BBLs, child. I don't know. I think the BBLs might. OMG says, I hope they don't do that. When did this come out? They can't. She has to resign. Oh, okay. Ish G says that 4B movement will be over around the 25th through the 5th of the month. Written to. Right. Right. They can't keep that. They can't keep that up. They full of shit. Full of shit. I'm just saying. They know they can't keep that up. Thank you for the super chat. Exactly. And just stop lying to yourselves. If you done been out there in the streets all this time, baby, what's different? You done ran that body kind of up. So any extra or some extra ones ain't gonna really matter at this point, baby, because you're just playing yourself. Oh Lord, just pump and dump. Exactly. DeeDee, the Stankassary degrees in X-rated industry will become null and void because of 4B and OnlyFans failing. Right. That's failing, but they're still trying to hold on. They ain't making no money from it. You have to go and get you a legitimate career or get you a legitimate job to make your money, child. 60 years old. If you look decent enough, will be only recreational usage. Right. I can't wait until the falling or failing of OnlyFans and social media paying them for showing their ass and vagina. Child. I mean, look, all you gotta do is go to Instagram. I saw a full on damn near corn video on Instagram with a white girl just touching and feeling herself and just doing the most. I say, what the hell is this? And Instagram be allowing that up there, baby, and be playing with other people's videos, but they let that up there. I mean, I see some strange stuff on there. That's why I don't be on there too much because I don't got time for that. I'm trying to hold. I mean, just sitting there, just moaning and I'm like, what is this? Why y'all let this fly? That needed to be reported and taken down. But then I seen another one. I'm like, oh hell no. Mm-mm. Women that is masculine and keep themselves single for sure. 60 years old looking for a man. LOL, you should be looking for Jesus on your next. I'm not gonna laugh at that. I'm not gonna laugh at that. I'm not gonna even. I'm not gonna. I'm not. That ain't funny. But low key kind of is. But child. Oh Lord, them sandals, that long hair, those fake toenails. Ew. The sandals, long hair, and toenails. Meanwhile, they're going straight to him. Oh my God. She got on the same sandals Jesus did. Lord have mercy. You know what this made me think of? I remember one time, oh my God, it's been years. I mean, maybe what, 5, 6? I don't know, 7 years ago, something like that. Oh my God, I was sick. And my husband had to bring me to the ER. Baby, I was not feeling good. So we sitting in the ER, y'all. And my husband is sitting next to me. And he starts laughing. And I'm sitting here in pain. I don't know what the hell is going on with me. I look over, he's sitting there crying, laughing. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And people in the waiting room started laughing too. And this is a little quick story time. And I'm wondering why he laughing, but I know him. He go to crying laughing. It must be something funny. So I'm a little laughing at him because he laughing, even though I was in pain. And the people just started laughing too, kind of low key. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, what's? And then he laughed crying because he get the laugh crying. It's so funny. He leans over to me and he says, look down at her feet. And I'm look down at who feet? He said, look like she just finished walking from Jerusalem, baby. And let me tell you something. I looked down at the lady feet and she had on them Jesus sandal. Her feet was white and crusty. Baby, I almost screamed and ran out of that. I could not hold it. I started dying laughing. That lady feet looked like she had been walking through the dust, like she been in the desert, in the sand. Her feet was, and then I just couldn't hold it. I had to get up. It was the most hilarious thing ever. That had me so tickled my ribs hurt. But that made me think about the sandals. Lord have mercy, that was one of the funniest things I've ever. That man had me dying laughing. And I'm like, that lady feet looked like she had drug her feet. She had them sandals on. They looked like Jesus. Feet was crusty white, like she had been walking through the desert sand. Lord, it was the funniest thing ever, baby. That made me think of that, y'all. But anyway, that was just hilarious. And then I had to get up because I don't like laughing like that in front of people because I don't want people to think I'm laughing at them. But damn, I was laughing at her. It was hilarious. I'll never forget it. Let's see. They regretted the feminist movement. James says, DeeDee, that was a good impersonation of Vivica. And I know as you get older, your voice get a little deeper. Her voice is deep. I need you. She sound like damn near Rick Ross. She like, well, I need you to take me shopping. She sound like something. Her throat is swollen and something's in her throat, but I don't know what's going on with the lady. Shout out to her. She was like, you need to take me shopping. Take me shopping. And not be intimidated by who I am and what I am. It's like she's kind of gasping for breath or something. I don't know, but I hope she gets better. Let's see. What's going on, Richard? Once a man controls his lust, he would realize that 90% don't worth a damn, ain't worth it, that thing. I get what yeah. Yep. Well, I'm not equal. Frank Tate says, DeeDee, why are women so selfish? Child, that's a good question. They full of shit. That's a good question, child. I want to know too. They're entitled. They just think you owe them something. They think that black men specifically owe them something. That's all. They want men to do everything. Nothing is wrong with the woman paying for stuff. It is supposed to be a balance, pouring into each other. Queen Nicole, I absolutely 100% agree. Wholeheartedly agree. It should be a balance. It shouldn't be just take. You should be able to offer something in return. Like, come on. But that's where the selfish mentality comes in from. DeeDee, we would like to see you collaborating with other podcasters. The discussions would be amazing. Yeah, they would have to want to do it though. I would love to too, but they gotta. A lot of these people aren't willing to do that, or they're busy, or whatever. So they would have to want to. I'm open. I'm always open for collaborating, but either because I remember I've had a few. I was supposed to. Well, I was offered to collab with oh my God, what's their name? Lord have mercy. And I be forgetting people podcasts. What's their name? What's their name? I forget the group, the guys. But it wasn't the right time, and the timing was not right. And so then, it just, So yeah, I would love to collaborate with people, but they got to be the right time, and they got to want to. You just can't if it was that easy, I would have collaborated with a bunch of people. Um, and one that I would really love to do is collaborate, which I think a while ago, Zanika offered me on her show, and I'm still open to that. I love her content and how she is. I appreciate her. So Danica is actually one person that I would love, and Crimson Cure. Of course, you guys have been saying that, uh, Miss Kendra, but people have to their schedules have to be open, and they have to want to be open to that and want to do it. Because I think if we did, I think me, Crimson Cure, Danica, uh, what's the Six the Goddess? I enjoy her content. Um, and also I would love to like shake it up a bit though, because I think all of us kind of on kind of the similar way of thinking, but I would like to add some opposing views, like channels who go opposite of how we think, because I think that would make it even more interesting. I would love to collaborate with y'all forgive me, because let me tell you something. I don't be remembering all of these people's names, honestly, but I know their channels. What's her name? There's this girl, she's on here, and she's kind of the opposite of what I think it would be very entertaining to have uh like minds and opposing minds all together, just to have the conversation. I think that would make for a more interesting collaboration, you know? People who think alike and others who think differently. I think that would be a good way um to have something like that. Uh there are pics of black women with urine fetish on Facebook. I thought it was a R. Kelly album. Oh my God, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Richard says, "Yeah, I feel you, D. Instagram be doing the most. That's why I don't watch anymore. Yeah, I don't really be on those too much. Um, walking through Jerusalem, right? Let me see. Yeah, celebrity is cool too. I was on her channel before. But yeah, I'm definitely open to working with her, and maybe doing something. River TV is amazing, but I think River don't do lives or whatever. But yeah, we definitely kind of have the same thought process. Yeah, all those channels are great. Mia Bell says River was on Corey Holcomb's show. Oh, that's dope. I would definitely love to talk to Corey, because um what's it? Now that's made me think of the show that I was supposed to go on, which I probably the Daily Wrap Up Crew. I love those guys. Yeah, they offered me to be on their show a while back, but it was the timing was off, so I didn't end up doing that. But Daily Wrap Up Crew is another channel that I enjoy watching. I think they're great. So it's a lot of people that I watch. Corey Holcomb is funny to me. I think he's hilarious. I would love to go on his show too. Corey Holcomb would be a perfect person on the opposing view. I don't know if that's true, James. If you listen to Corey, I think what we're saying, you think would he agree or disagree? Yeah, Daily Wrap Up Crew. What's going on, Richard Register? Thank you so much for being here. Singles by Choice, guys. Yeah, that's another one that they're cool too. Yeah, that's what Pharaoh. I think Corey would agree, because Corey was just talking about the women and stuff. I think he kind of more in alignment with what where I come from. So, but it would be cool. I like Corey actually. I like a lot of people don't like him. Of course, women don't like if you say things that they don't agree with. But so yeah, I think he's hilarious. Honestly, what's up? What's up, Chaos? Is it the Chaos Rain Show? How you doing? Hey, Queen of Vibes. So yeah, it's just crazy out here in the streets. I just wanted to pop my head in, y'all. Because sometimes after I finish recording, I just be sitting here. I'm like, let me jump on here and see who's gonna pop up. Let me see if they gonna pop in this live. Because sometimes I could pop up here and baby nobody shows up. Nobody. Everybody be asleep. Oh Lord. Coach Greg Adams. I'm not that familiar with that. I've heard of him, but I'm not familiar with him. The cheat code demon says, DeeDee, shout out to your husband. I love his channel as well. People don't like the truth. That's true. DeeDee, you should react to this chubby sister that came on Kendra last night asking for a six-figure man. She's egregious. Okay, Divine Photos, and I know you know. Was you on there? You was in the live, Divine, because you be on them Kendra G lives, and you be super. I be waiting for you to super chat because I know you're gonna ask a question I think should be asked, honestly. But it's a chubby lady. From last night, I'm going to check it out because I be looking for a good Kendra G reaction. I ain't gonna lie to you that I could bring to you guys, and I probably will do some more of Kevin Samuels because he has a bunch of gems. So I'm just looking for the right one. So maybe we'll. Uh, what do y'all want to see on Friday? Because Friday I'm back live. Do y'all want another Kevin Samuels live or both Kendra G and Kevin? I've never reacted to when Kendra G was on Kevin Samuels. I know you guys have seen that. Have you seen when Kendra G was on Kevin Samuels and they had a conversation? I've never reacted to that. I could definitely react to that if y'all want to see that. What is it that y'all want to see there? You want to do another? Do y'all want to do the Kendra G and Kevin Samuels one reaction to that? Or we could do a different Kevin Samuels one and Kendra G, or what? I want to know what y'all want to see because I could do any of those um for this Friday's live. Let's see. I know you was in there, Divine Photos, so I'm gonna look at that one. When I get off here, I'm gonna go look at it because some of them are just doing too much, honestly. Both. Queen Nicole says both. Okay. Yes, and she was checked. Who was checked on the show on the Kendra G show? Both. That was a good one. Oh, what's your husband's channel? What is his channel? Uh, my husband does what is he haven't been doing much on there. Music and what else he does? I don't even know the channel. I don't have the channel name. But I know he does like I don't know what he does on there because he don't be on there that much. But I'll put it in the description. Kendra G on KS. Okay. Yeah, because I've never reacted to that when I saw it, but I never reacted to it. Separate Kendra and Kevin Samuels. Let's see. Kendra G and KS interview. Yeah, I'll pull that one up. That'll be a long live. I think you are past. I think you are past Kendra G. You are on different level. You can do politics and everything. You too, you far too intelligent. To restrict to Kendra G vibe. Well, Maximus, I appreciate you for that. But listen, I like a good kiki. I'm a funny person. I like to laugh. I don't like to be so serious all the time. And what I try to do is incorporate those because it's all about entertainment when you at this point, to be honest with you. And when it comes to live streams, I like to add a little flair to it, add a little fun to it. We can have a little bit of fun with it. I don't like people to be so uptight and stressed out all the time. So I think it adds a little flair and a little laughter in the live streams because I think a majority of people, and y'all let me know if I'm wrong, a majority of you guys on here, y'all actually like those videos because if you don't like it, then I won't react to it or go live with it. But if you like those, I think it just I don't know, they make me laugh. I know that. So I get a little entertainment factor out of it. And then the videos that I post normally as videos, that's where I like to pull out the political stuff and then just other different topics. The goal actually for me on this channel is to have a variety of things, which is sometimes can be very difficult on YouTube because everybody gets used to a certain content. And usually YouTube only push that particular type of content. But there are some channels who were able to break through and kind of they were able to talk about whatever they wanted to. And that's what I'm aiming for this channel, where I can come on here and just talk about anything and it still gets pushed in the algorithm. And it's stuff that you guys will be still interested in, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about politics. I could talk about the hyenas. I could react to certain things that are maybe funny and out of place or weird. I like to do different stuff. So but it can be tricky on in these YouTube streets. But if you guys are interested in a variety of things, then it makes it easier because if you watch it, then that would help to push it, if that makes sense. React to the well that was just on Kendra's show. The nerve of her thinking she qualified for 100K, shaking my oh Lord. So okay. Bring out both. Okay. KS really checked Kendra, but she was at least accountable. Yeah. Can't wait to see the collaborations. LMAO, I was somewhat asleep, and when I checked my phone to see the time I saw you were live and instantly came to check it out. Well, I appreciate it, Queen of Vibe. Oh, yeah, I saw that, but it was a while back. We got to do Kendra G so I can roast them. Right. Damn straight, DeeDee. What's going on? Avenge the ancestors. I appreciate you. Queen of Vibe says, "Oh yeah, I agree both." Okay, I got y'all. Family talk. LOL. Let me see. I like KS. Imagine you and Kendra G did a collab. Oh, let me tell you something. I would love that. I would love. That's what I'm saying. I am very open, honestly. I'm open to working with, but I don't think Kendra G would want to do that. I don't know. I mean, somebody got to reach out, you know. I don't know if that's something she would want to do or not, but I think it would be interesting because my thing is I would want to reflect on when she first started doing YouTube and her mentality before, you know, because she said she's been doing it for 3 years, I guess at 4 years at this point, and she's learned a lot. But I would want her to reflect on her mentality in the beginning when she did that live stream with Kevin Samuels, her thought process, because she seems to be a little bit more open and has a different perspective now to some degree. And just how did she come to realizing what it is, and she'll tell you that she's interviewed these women over 3 to 4 years, and she realized some things. You realize the nature of these women and how they can, even they didn't came at her when they don't like what she says or what she does, then they come at you too. They turn on you too. So yeah, I think that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Divine said, Final Photo says, Kendra need a man to come on the show and the man can give his perspective on the dating market. Yeah, that would be cool too. Let me see. With her mentality now, she is very mature compared to when she talked to KS. Yeah, I think so. Kendra G is a ball hog. What that mean? What that mean? Avenge the ancestors. Now, after a few years of doing the show, she realizes how delusional and messed up some women are, and in effect, by default, she knows Kevin was correct on many things. But I don't know if she actually gives him if she actually says that out loud, though. I think she realizes it, but has she ever really publicly said he was right? I don't know if I haven't seen that. She still has some delusion there, but she is slowly turning around. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. A gray Win says, "Love you, but stop lying. You're not in your late 40s." Who? Gray Win? Who you talking to? Me? How? Okay, well, Gray Win. How do you think? How old do you think I am? You give me an age. How old do you think I am? I think you're talking to me, but how do you think I am, Gray Win? Thank you for the super chat. Do a hold on a dating show and hook me up with Queen Nicole or Queen of Vibes. Pharaoh, god damn. Okay, okay, Pharaoh, Queen of Vibes is in the chat, honey. And who is Queen Nicole? Okay, Queen Nicole. Okay, y'all want to do Pharaoh, what's going on? What's Pharaoh? Why I gotta hook y'all up? Y'all right in the chat. Get y'all talking, holler at each other. What you need me for? What you need me for? Queen of Vibes, what's going on? You interested? Hell. 87 Steven, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. 33, 34. Oh my God, thank you. I appreciate that. I know. I take that as a major compliment, honey. No, I'm much older than that, but I'll take it. I will take it. Yeah. I ain't lying about being old, child. I mean, I love to get old and older, but no, I ain't lying about aging. Dating DeeDee dating in the chats. Yeah, come on, dating in the chat. Let's do it. Hell. Keep up that great work, DeeDee. Thank you. I appreciate you. Pharaoh, come on. Queen of Vibes, where you at? Queen of Vibes. You wanna talk to Pharaoh? We'll come on, I'll pull y'all up right now. Come on. Y'all wanna come up? Because I ain't gonna be here I gotta get off here in a few minutes, but come on. Queen of Vibes, come on, Pharaoh. I'm gonna pull y'all up and y'all can hash it out. Let's see. I can ask y'all some questions. Come on, we can do it right now. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Arlette came out with her latest Pop the Balloon today. She be cranking them out. Shout out to Arlette, honey. Queen of Vibes, I'm calling you. Pharaoh, I'm gonna pull y'all up. Y'all ready? Come on, Pharaoh, Ishmael, and Queen of Vibes to the front of the line. Crim Secure and Danica should start dating show to help lions and lionesses. They ain't gonna want to come on the show. Calling Queen of Vibes and Pharaoh, Ishmael. Come on, I'm calling y'all to the front of the line. We're gonna pull you up so y'all can have a conversation if you want to. Pharaoh's here. Thank you, Pharaoh, for let me know you're still here. Queen of Vibes, if you're interested, come on to the front of the line. Queen of Vibes, I call on you now. I'll pull you guys up and y'all can have a conversation. If y'all want to do it, come on. It's now or never. Or if we have anybody or if we have anybody in the building who want to, have a conversation with Pharaoh, come on to the front of the line. You got a few minutes. Queen of Vibes, you're missing in action, baby. Are you interested or not? Calling on you, Queen of Vibes. Got a few more minutes to reply. It's now or never. Don't miss your opportunity. Queen of, oh, there she is. There she is. Going once, going twice. Come on to the front of the line. You want to get opportunity to get a love connection? I'm gonna give you that opportunity right now. If you're interested, come on up to the front of the line. Ask y'all a few questions and you can take it from there. Link is in the chat. Don't miss this opportunity. Let's see here. I would love to see this. Zik, we've actually almost had a few love connections in the chat before. This is not a new thing now, y'all. This has happened before. I don't think it went anywhere beyond that, but we had a few, you know. We had a few. We had a few. I don't think it took off. Uh Waiting on you, Queen of Vibes. Come on, Pharaoh in the building. What's going on, Pharaoh?
Hey D, I, I'm now regretting this. I really wish I did. Oh man, I was really joking, but
What happened? Wait a minute. You clicked off. Come on back now. Queen of Vibes, come on. You still got some time. Let us know if you're interested. Oh, damn. Pharaoh, I think Queen of Vibes is checking out. She said y'all have a good night. I don't think she interested, Pharaoh. Just leave that alone. Leave that alone. We're gonna find somebody else. We're gonna find somebody else. Queen of Vibes says y'all have a good night, child. She ain't really trying to you know what I'm saying? Do that right now. She says I'm not in the right state right now, so we gotta respect that. We respect you, Queen of Vibes. We respect your decisions. Maybe at a later date, just let me know, and we will hook y'all up. We will put y'all up, and y'all can have a conversation and see if there's a love connection. All right, all right. I respect both of y'all. Okay. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. Thank y'all so much. What's going on, Daddy? Oh Lord. Oh, look at him. He said, if you naked, it's all right. We don't just come on now. Ain't nobody coming on here naked. What you stop now? Don't no. No, she can't no. Where your mind at? Uh I have that Teddy Pendergrass vibe. Wait, I have that Teddy Pendergrass vibe. Queen of Vibes said, okay, all is not lost. Hell. She said, can we move this to another day? We sure can. We sure can. And Pharaoh, she's open. Listen, Pharaoh, y'all can send me a DM on Instagram. Let me know what day would be best for the two of you, and then we can set that up. And I'm serious. And I'm dead serious now. I mean, this might be something we starting. I mean, listen, y'all could DM me, let me know what's a good day for both of you, good time, and we can set this up. And y'all could get some, answer some questions. The good old, dating show, the way they go about it. Ask some questions, see if y'all are compatible, and y'all take it from there. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. So let me know. Send me if Pharaoh and Queen of Vibes, y'all. I think y'all have my IG information. Send me and I'll correspond between the two of y'all and see what's a good day, what day y'all want to do it, what time, and we can definitely set it up. Okay, y'all down? Let me know. Let me know if that's okay, Queen of Vibes. If that's okay, Pharaoh, it's okay with you. Okay, he says definitely, Queen of Vibes. Is that okay? We can definitely do that. IG is DeeDee's DeeDees DeeDee's World Loves is my Instagram. I need to change that. So yeah, go ahead. Instant message me on Instagram and we can definitely set that up. And we'll do the whole, do it like a dating show, and you guys can get to know each other. And I mean, y'all might not be the only ones. If other people want to come up, that's fine too. If you want to shoot your shot, I think I will do it because I think that'll be fun. It'll be fun. This made me think about it. But anyway, y'all, I got to get out of here. This was just impromptu. I wanted to pop up. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Y'all make me laugh. Y'all have no idea. But it's good fun. I appreciate y'all for this. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. DeeDee's Love Connection, perhaps a new segment. I'm down for that. Single, no kids. Okay. I mean, I've always kind of taunted the idea of doing it, but I think I'll do it like occasionally because I think it'll just be fun to do. It'd be interesting. Timothy says these sisters are brainwashed by these fake feminist white women who hate them and trick them into hating their own men and deleting their own children, and they never did or do themselves. You got a good point there, Timothy. No lies detected. Thank you, Lorenzo Redman. I appreciate you. J Dub, thank you so much for being here. Jeffrey Woodland. Yeah, so thank you, Richard. I appreciate you. I would trust your judgment on a hookup, DeeDee. You clearly know how to Do it right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, I trust myself, honestly. Because, listen, you're not gonna get no. It ain't gonna be no superficial BS. It's not gonna be none of that. I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna let you know. Look, or whatever. I'll let you know the truth. That's it. That's all I can do. Tell you the truth and what it is. Get spot a hyena a mile away. You could tell a gold digger. You could tell if she's superficial. I don't care how good she look. You'll know if she has some substance or not. You know what I'm saying? Um. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Y'all be safe out here in these streets. Take care. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Friday. So make sure you are in the building Friday, usual time, 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time, you guys. So make sure you guys are in the building. All right. Make sure you're watching the videos that are already posted on the channel. Just watch them, like the video, share it if you can. That will definitely help the channel. So make sure you guys are doing that. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate y'all once again. Be safe in these streets, and I'll see you later. Bye.